Would you consider that to be a racist statement? Yes or no?
Did you claim?
Nope. Don't answer a question with a question. I'm asking it. See, this is the thing with people like Eddie. Pot him down all the way, please.
What's up, Lion Brian?
What's up, Lion Brian? Is that really how you want to start off? Okay, so what did I lie about? What did I lie about? Since you want to call me a liar.
You said Charlie Kirk said gay people should be stoned to death.
Yes, he did say that.
Never said that.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
No, he did not.
Yes, he did.
And it's all been retracted. Nobody can tell you nothing because you got no
who retracted? Who retracted it? Who retracted it?
The guy that did it, Campbell, Mr. Campbell.
The guy
retracted.
The guy who did it, Campbell.
Yeah, the guy that put out the statement.
Did he say black women do not have the processing power to be taken seriously? You have to go steal a white person's slot. Did he say that?
Oh, see, that's what you do. You change the subject. We're talking
I want to know.
What came out of your mouth. You said that Charlie Kirk said that gay people should be stoned to death.
His name is Charlie Kirk, not Charlie Crook. But
he never said that.
Let's just hypothetically say for a moment. You're right.
Change the subject.
Okay. No, I'm not. I'm not changing the subject. I'm wrong about everything.
Mr. 19.
What else am I wrong about? Tell me. What else am I wrong about? You said I'm wrong about everything. What else am I wrong about?
That he's a racist.
Okay, so let me ask. Okay. So let's go with that.
Oh, you bring up the black pilot thing.
No, I'm not. If you could stop talking for a moment, I will read you a quote.
I said you brought up the black pilot
That's
thing.
one of many things that I brought up, and I'm going to bring up something else now. If you can stop talking.
If a company has
no. Here's the way it works. Here's the way it works.
Like
I'm going to talk now. I'm going to talk now, Eddie, and you're going to shut up. That's how it works. You don't talk over me. It's my show. Pot him down. So Eddie said that Charlie Kirk is not a racist. Okay. Happy to have a conversation with him about that. Charlie Kirk said black women do not have the processing power to be taken seriously. Eddie, do you agree with that statement that black people should not be taken seriously?
I know nothing about that comment.
Of course you know nothing about it, but he said it. So now I'm asking you a question because I actually have played the audio of that last week where he said it on his podcast. Do you believe, I'm asking you now, Eddie, do you believe that in general, black women don't have the processing power to be taken seriously? I'm asking you your personal opinion. Do you agree with that?
Do I agree with black women?
Do I stutter?
Not have the same...
Do I stutter?
Yeah, you do all the time.
Answer the question. I'm not going to ask it for a fifth time.
Do black people have the same brain power as women?
Nope, that's
white women.
That's not okay. I need you to focus. I'm now going to ask you the question for the fifth time because you say I'm wrong about everything. By the way, I don't have a stutter. I'll ask it again. And I'll speak very slowly, so maybe even someone like you can answer it. Black women do not have the processing power to be taken seriously. Do you agree with that statement? Yes or no? Thank you.
No.
Would you say, thank you for answering it, Eddie.
Thank me.
Okay, thank you. No, well, I'm being sarcastic because I have to ask it 6 times before you answer a stupid question. But let me ask you something else. Somebody that thinks that the entire race of black women can't have the processing power to be taken seriously, would you call somebody like that a racist? Would you say that's a racist statement?
You're stuck on a statement.
Answer the question. Pot him down again. Pot him down again.
No.
You just said that Charlie Kirk is not racist. Don't you play stupid with me. I'm now asking you another question. We agree, Eddie, that statement is not true. I'm glad we have some common ground, Eddie. I appreciate you answering my question after I asked it 5 times. Now I'm asking you another question, and that means you need to be quiet and pay attention. If somebody makes a general statement that all black women don't have the processing power to be taken seriously, would you say that's a racist statement? And would you call that person a racist? Yes or no? Answer the question or the conversation. Answer the question or the conversation is over. Would you consider that to be a racist statement? Yes or no?
Did you claim?
Nope. Don't answer a question with a question. I'm asking it. See, this is the thing with people like Eddie. Pot him down all the way, please. You see, this is the problem with people like Eddie. I'm sorry, Z, but I have to deal with these idiots every day. He just said, hey, Eddie, we're not listening to you. You're potted down, idiot. Okay, so you can talk to yourself, okay? So he's the person who just claimed that Charlie Kirk is not a racist. He agrees. He does not agree with that statement. And unless you're a racist, you wouldn't agree with that statement. Any logical person with an IQ over 20 that isn't a Klan member would say if you make a statement like that, it's racist. And a racist would make a statement like that. But you see, the reason why Eddie doesn't want to answer the question like that, it would prove that he's the imbecile because he claims that Charlie Kirk is not a racist. Let me ask you another question, Eddie. What do you think about the Civil Rights Act of the 1960s? Was that a good thing for the country?
Oh, you're just a clown.
I'm just a clown. I'm asking you another question, Eddie, without any ad hominem attacks. Let's see if you're capable of answering it. Do you think the Civil Rights Act of 1960s was a good thing or a bad thing in this country?
You're a clown.
Won't answer the question. Have a nice day, Eddie. I think we all know who the clown is. Have a nice day, Eddie. I pin you to a corner because the guy who you are defending is the guy who said it was a huge mistake that the Civil Rights Act of the 1960s was passed. It was also Charlie Kirk who said black women, a comment that you disagree with, but you don't have the courage to call him a racist because that's what he was. He made the statement that black people don't have the processing power to be taken seriously. It's a racist statement. I gave you two statements and you're a clown. You're the clown. And he also said that MLK was awful and he's not a good person. Those are the statements of a racist. And I'm sorry you're a coward because you won't answer the question. And then when I ask you the same question over and over again, you call me a clown. I think most people who are listening to this show right now know who the real clown is. And I wish you luck at your Klan rally tonight. There you go. There you go. A guy who said Charlie Kirk wasn't a racist. And then when I give him the actual quotes that Charlie Kirk said, he plays stupid. Well, I don't know anything about that. You know what that means? You got me, and I'm not going to answer the question.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, not much. Just a tough day, obviously, with all the news going on between Charlie Kirk getting shot, that beautiful young woman getting killed on the train. But the real question we have to ask here is when it's going to transgender shooting.
Okay, hold on. Do you know who the shooter is? Do you know if this is a left-winger or a liberal?
I'm sure he's a liberal.
You're sure he's a liberal.
I'm pretty sure he's
a
liberal.
Gotcha. You're sure. Okay, you're sure of that. Did you say this? Sure. Did you say the same thing when, I don't know, people beat police officers on January 6th? Were you complaining about liberals that day too?
No, I wasn't.
You weren't. Okay. I'm just asking the question. That's all.
Talking about January 6th.
Okay. What about the three white people who murdered Ahmaud Arbery? Were they liberals? Were you complaining about liberals that day?
I have no idea.
You have no idea. Of course, you don't know who Ahmaud. Of course, you don't. I find it very interesting that you don't know who Ahmaud Arbery is, a young man, innocent black man who was jogging down the street, who was lynched by three white people. But you don't seem to know anything about that. But when a black person kills a white person, you're the first person to blame Democrats when you have no idea what their political affiliation is. You just make asinine assumptions, Brandon, and I'm not going to allow you to do that, okay? I'm not going to allow you to do that. You don't know anything about this guy who shot Charlie Kirk. You don't even know who Ahmaud Arbery is, but the first thing you want to do is blame liberals and Democrats, which makes you a moron. Don't you call into the show and make an assumption like that. I will not allow it on this show. I will not allow it. You have no idea what this guy's you have no clue what the political affiliation is of the black man who killed that white Ukrainian woman. You have no idea, but yet you make assumptions and assertions. Don't do that, Brandon. You're better than that, I hope. Don't do that.
Well, I mean, it is like, okay, let's look at Charlie Kirk here. Why else would you want to kill him?
So let me ask you a question. Let's just assume that this guy's a left-wing liberal. Does that mean all liberals are murderers? Does that mean all Democrats are murderers? What the hell is your point? Because one deranged individual committed a horrible, violent act, you want to blame it all on liberalism when you don't even know who he is? What if he's just a whack job? What if he's a guy with a police record? What if he's a schizophrenic like the guy who killed that innocent Ukrainian woman on that train? Why do you just make assumptions and want to automatically assume that it was some sort of lefty liberal? Hey, I got some news for you, pal. The first person who tried to assassinate Donald Trump came from a Republican family. It wasn't a liberal. Okay? The second guy who attempted to shoot Donald Trump once voted for Donald Trump. So don't you give me this nonsense, okay? We're also learning, by the way, as I vent to this caller, that at least 2 students were shot as well. I was hoping that wasn't the case. We're learning 2 students were shot, okay, at a local high school in Denver. This is a completely different story, okay? As I was reading that, I thought, anyway, that's another story. Brandon, will you just take back what you said? Because it's ridiculous. We have one deranged individual.
I'm not going to take it back because the left has been putting violence on this country for the last 10 years because they can't get their way.
Obama has been putting violence on this country because they couldn't get their way.
I said the left.
Okay, how so?
I said the left.
How so? So what was January 6th then? Was that the left?
January 6th was a protest that went off the rails a little bit, but it was nothing compared to what happened today. The assassination attempt on Donald Trump, the transgender attack on the Catholic school the other week. I mean, you just can't, the looting and rioting all of summer of 2020. I mean, come on, Brian.
What do you mean?
You know that's all in the name of the left.
What are you talking about? I could bring up Charlottesville, Virginia, good people on both sides. What are the types of people that are in the Ku Klux Klan? Are those Democrats or Republicans right now? Is David Duke a Republican or a Democrat? Don't you give me this nonsense that it's always the left.
The KKK was started by
I didn't ask you who it was started by. Who's David Duke? And you think a bunch of Klan members are Democrats right now?
Southern Democrat.
Oh, no, actually, David Duke is a supporter of Donald Trump, so you have absolutely no idea what you're talking about. So don't you give me this nonsense. You want to blame the left for everything, okay? Last I checked, the only group of people that tried to overturn the outcome of a free and fair election and beat police officers were MAGA Republicans. And guess what? Donald Trump. Guess what? No, it wasn't. You're an imbecile. And guess what? No, you're an imbecile. Yeah, get off my show. You're a disgrace. You are a MAGA moron is what you are, and you are a disgrace. That's what you are. You are a complete disgrace of an individual. You are a disgrace. His kids are going to grow up without a father. I feel sorry for all the people that were there that day that were traumatized. The first thing you did was call him a name. And I think you're the one. No, you're the one that you're the one that needs to wake up. You're the one that needs to wake up and get off my show.
You summed it up today, and what I was trying to explain is he promoted Christian nationalism. He was pro Proud Boys. He was pro.
So Casey, I understand. For those of you that are not aware, Casey called into the show yesterday, and by the way, it was within an hour after Charlie Kirk was shot, and Casey called Charlie Kirk a Nazi. Now, when I hear the word Nazi, I think of people who murder people because of their religion, like what took place during the Holocaust. Okay, Nazis are people who literally
there's tyranny, there's oppression.
Yeah, they murdered people because they were Jewish. Now, I am not. I say this once again. I'm not defending Charlie Kirk. I'm not doing that. But when you call somebody a Nazi, you're basically calling them a murderer. Now, his ideology was full of hatred and bigotry. I agree with you. But I think the word Nazi certainly shouldn't be used on someone who never committed a crime. And it definitely, it definitely shouldn't be used literally minutes after someone is murdered. So I disagree with you.
Well, I mean, we were at the Patriot Front, which is a bunch of Nazis. He promoted them. That's what I'm not saying. Okay, we were all emotional yesterday and stuff, what have you. But the point. So
if you promote O.J. Simpson and you still defend O.J. Simpson, are you a murderer?
Well, no, but you're a vile person if you support O.J. Simpson.
I think you're probably but you can say you're vile, but you're not a murderer. And you're calling Charlie Kirk a Nazi. Now, you might have not liked his ideologies that you think might collide with, a Nazi. Okay, you're entitled to your opinion, but just because you support bad people doesn't mean you're a murderer if you support O.J. Simpson, and it certainly doesn't mean you're a Nazi. I disagree with you.
Brian, the echo chamber has been going on. Let's remember with Sarah Palin with the crosshairs on her website. Okay. Remember when Obama, they had at St. Patrick's Day parades in these little conservative towns with Obama hanging from a noose. The political violence.
Charlie Kirk.
First of all,
he didn't commit violence. He didn't commit oppression. He didn't physically assault people. So it's inaccurate.
KC,
it's the echo chamber, guys. It's the echo chamber. Every influencer, they all preach the same thing. If they're saying the word Hillary in the morning at 6 a.m., they're saying Hillary at 8 a.m.
KC, not every influencer on the right says those things. So you're wrong about that. That's a huge. I think your problem is you make large generalizations. I'm going to repeat myself once again. You called into the show before Charlie Kirk's body turned cold. Okay. You called into the show an hour or so after he was murdered. Now, you might not like Charlie Kirk any more than I don't like Charlie Kirk, but he is not a Nazi. He was not a Nazi. Nazis are people that murder other people because of a difference of opinion, religion, or ideology.
So what's Patriot Front then? They are he was a.
You're not getting. I'm not getting through, Casey. I'm not getting through to you. And I don't care how many people in the chat agree with you. I don't.
He supported them, but he was not aligned with them.
Okay. I don't like.
He was aligned with them. He was aligned with this white Christian nationalism, boys. Wake up.
Okay, well, that's
okay.
That's
He's
not,
part of the problem.
Sir, first of all, don't tell me to wake up. Okay. I wake up every day and I know where my surroundings are. KC, are you Jewish by chance?
I am actually, yes.
You are. Okay. Well, then that's disgraceful because Adolf Hitler and the Nazis literally executed and murdered 7 million people. Okay. I don't like Charlie Kirk. I don't like what he stood for. Charlie Kirk never murdered anybody. And for you to call into the show 30 to 45 minutes after he died and tell me to wake up and you call him a Nazi makes you a fool.
He's a white supremacist.
Ben Shapiro is an idiot. So what? Ben Shapiro. Ben Shapiro. Why don't you focus? Ben Shapiro is an idiot. Okay. We're not talking about Ben Shapiro. I'm not here to defend Ben Shapiro. But Ben Shapiro's also not a Nazi, okay? You're a Nazi if you literally kill or murder people because of their ideology or because of their religion. Charlie Kirk was a bad guy, but you called up 30 minutes after the show. You didn't say, gosh, I feel... No. Wake up, sir. Wake up and listen. Sir, wake up and listen. Wake up. Sir, wake up. Listen, stop talking. You didn't call into the show, and the first thing you didn't say was, man, I feel so horrible for his family, for his kids. I feel horrible for his wife. His kids are going to grow up without a father. I feel sorry for all the people that were there that day that were traumatized. The first thing you did was call him a name. And I think you're the one. No, you're the one that you're the one that needs to wake up. You're the one that needs to wake up and get off my show. You're the one that needs to wake up, KC. Wake up.
He's spreading more bad information than most of the influencers.
Yeah, listen, I'm sorry.
People like that just don't have any common sense. He just seems to me like he can't put 2 and 2 together.